What is up, everybody? Hello and welcome to Imperial Polls on this fine Tuesday night. Botrix, welcome to the chat. You're a robot, but I still want to thank you in case they all take over and y'all know that I've been nice. I say thank you to Google as well, so it's just what I got to do. I hope everybody is doing great tonight. Hello, Leah by the Lake. Thanks for joining this evening. I'm very excited, not because Brian isn't here, but because I get to open some more Spider-Man. And if you caught our Spider-Man episode a couple of weeks ago, you'll know that I grew up on the Spider-Man comics. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And so we picked up a little more Spider-Man, a few more play boosters, and some collector boosters. So we're going to try to get this Soul Stone. We did pull a plain one before, and we have a foil as well, but now we're going for the Thanos Soul Stone rather. Let's see if we can get there. Usually I don't drink by myself, but tonight I made an exception because we have Low Tide IPA from Lake of Bays, and it is a light 2.5% beer. If you watch our episodes every week, we do like to try a different craft beer from a local brewery, and this is from our friends at Lake of Bays. It's important to mention that we are not sponsored. I say we. There's no Brian here, but if this is your first time watching our show, I usually have somebody else to keep me in line. But we are not sponsored. We are merely enthusiasts. So let's give this Lake of Bays Low Tide IPA a try. Now, I've been cheating. I know this one's good. I've had a couple of them. Not today, but generally. Yeah, that's a perfectly good extra light beer, and it's fine for drinking alone. Brian, how was your week this week? Mine was pretty good, Joe. How was yours? Great. Let's get to the important stuff. What we're going to do tonight is open these packs of play boosters, and then at the end of the episode, we will open the collector's boosters and see what we can grab. So let me just prepare something here, and we will take a look at what we've got. Let's switch camera angles. There we go. Pack number one. If you're watching now or watching later, first of all, thank you for watching. And have you either played the new Spider-Man set or opened any? And if you've opened some, what have been your favorite pulls so far? So let's see what we can get. In this set, there's a Spectacular Spider-Man kind of subset, which is really amazing. There are the 3 different Soul Stone cards. Oh, Brian, I'm sorry for making fun of you. I tease him every week for having to use a knife, and now I can't even open my first pack of cards. There's 3 Soul Stones. One is just a normal Soul Stone. One is Thanos wearing the glove, and the other is a giant, just full art Soul Stone, which is kind of the big chase of this set. It's many thousands of dollars. Jeffrey, hello. Spectacular is really amazing. You sure that's light beer, Joe? You know what? I'm not sure, but I've been running all day for meetings and whatnot, so this is my relax time. So I'm going to drink all 2.5% of this. Thanks for joining, Jeff. Jeff, have you opened any of this set yet? Our token is the Human Citizen. Swamp. Oscorp Research Team Foil. Our Web of Life and Destiny is the mythic in this pack. Aranya, Heart of the Spider, is the rare. Damage Control Crew. Spider Suit. Craven, Proud Predator. Amazing Acrobatics with Spider-Gwen. Stegron, the Dinosaur Man. Eerie Gravestone. I don't think we've seen that one yet in the couple of episodes. Scout the City. Thwip. Spider-Man, Brooklyn Visionary. And Skyward Spider. So, creature, spider, human, hero. Just a couple of packs of OK boosters. I think we spoiled ourselves last episode that we did because we did manage to pull the non-foil Soul Stone. probably 3/4 of the way through the show. And, of course, that is the chase from the Play Booster packs. So we did pretty well. Let's look at pack number 2. Treasure is our token. Forest, basic land. And then we should get into our mythics and rares. Common foil, City Pigeon. Black Cat, Cunning Thief is the rare. Alien Symbiosis. Rhino Barreling Brute. Bull in a China Shop, if you want to take a look at that one. Spider Bite, Web Warden. Passenger Ferry. Steel Wrecking Ball. Venom's Hunger. I love that Venom is in this set. I would like to see more Carnage, though. That I'm missing that for sure. Daily Bugle Reporters. Pumpkin Bombardment. Spectacular Tactics. And Spider Manifestation. So, Jeff, one thing about this set and the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, which I don't know if you've heard about yet. They just announced it this weekend. Pumpkin Bombardment is very seasonal. It is. It is for sure. But the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set is basically meant to play alongside itself, which is also what Spider-Man is. It's like if you have this spider, or if you have any spiders, or this kind of a Spider-Man related card, then you get +1/+1 or whatever. And the Ninja Turtles are, if you have a turtle, then you get a +1/+1 or whatever the effect is. But it makes it so it's really hard to mix in with other decks. So if you're building a dinosaur deck or something from Ixalan or Lord of the Rings or something, and you add the Spider-Man cards, it's tough to get some synergies with, say, a Spectacular Spider-Man, because it gives energy to other spiders, but you've got a bunch of dinosaurs or knights or elves or things like that. So I think that'll be a big challenge for, like I said, for Spider-Man and for the Ninja Turtles, is that they're kind of standalone sets in a way. Robot, we have Normal Planes. Shocker Unshakable. Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior is our rare. Do you think they'll retcon some of the names? Like, isn't Hero or something retconned to be another common type? I don't know. I don't know how they'll handle that. I think that it certainly is a challenge, though, when you've got sets that only play within themselves. Spider-Girl Legacy Hero. Raging Goblinoids. Morbius the Living Vampire. That was a great comic book. Hot Dog Cart. Favorite card in the set? Probably. Merciless Enforcers. Beetle, Legacy Criminal. Angry Rabble. Wild Pack Squad. Grow Extra Arms. City Pigeon. I'm loving the hot dog theme. Actually, I had a client meeting today and we got talking about hot dogs somehow. And it was a great meeting. It made for an absolutely wonderful meeting to talk about hot dogs the whole time. And Kapow. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It fights target creature an opponent controls. Alright, we're in the midway point of our play boosters. I'm here for Hot Dog Cart. Hello to the Duvals. Thanks for joining in tonight. We've got Treasure, Mountain, Peter Parker's Camera is the rare, and Carnage, Crimson Chaos. I was just saying I wish we had more Carnage. So there's Carnage is the rare. As Trample, when Carnage enters, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains this creature attacks each combat if available, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. and Mayhem. I am super excited to pull that card. Also, the Bagel and Schmear, that one there, yeah. Maybe we'll pull that one too. It'll be a good luck. Spider UK, Scarlet Spider Kane, Supportive Parents, Bagel and Schmear! There we go! So now, I'm Tanya or Kirk, whoever it is, you need to put out in the universe that we pull the Soulstone borderless with Thanos on the card. That would be great if you could just will that to happen. Thank you. Now, have you guys played these ones yet, or have you opened much of them? Or do you play Magic? I know you've commented on a bunch of the socials and joined in sometimes, but I'm not sure if you're both Magic players or not. Risky Research, Mysterio's Phantasm, Creature Illusion Villain, Shock, Eerie Gravestone, News Helicopter. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Gallant Citizen, and another Pumpkin Spice Bombardment. And Leah comes in with the Bagel and Schmear emoji. We've got a robot, a mountain. If I can pull Surge Foil Art, Yeshtola, you can get yours. Oh, you pulled. Nice. I love the art or the land cards in this set. We opened a bundle a couple weeks ago and we got the foil lands, and they just look so cool. On that note, the Ninja Turtles lands are pizza. But I think you can only get them in the pizza box bundle, and you won't be able to get them in the regular bundles or collector boosters. That set of lands is only going to be available in one spot. So we'll have to figure that out, because they look fantastic. Ezekiel Sims, Spider Totem. Electro Assaulting Battery, there's our rare. Silver Sable, Mercenary Leader. Rhino, Barreling Brute. Kirk plays I Open Packs. Well, that's sometimes the way to do it. Secret Identity. Spiderbot. That also answers who this is, because I wasn't sure if it was you or Kirk. So, hello, Tanya. Spiderbot. Romantic Rendezvous. The classic photo. Cardboard Cohorts. Hello. Thanks for joining tonight. Tanya, did your parents tell you I ran into them the other day in Midland? Actually, I hadn't seen them in many years, and I walked in and I didn't really see them at first. And your dad goes, "Joe," and I turned around and realized it was them, and we had a nice little chat for a few minutes. Doc Ox Henchman, Craven's Cats, Wild Pack Squad, Guy in the Chair. That is all of us. It's a little bit of all of us in this set. Add 1 mana of any color. Web support. Put a +1/+1 counter on target spider. Activate only as a sorcery. Heads up, Miles. There's a disturbance over on 5th you might want to check out. Guy in the Chair. Cardboard Cohorts. Have you played this set or opened much of the Spider-Man set yet? And Selfless Police Captain. We have 2 more play boosters to open up, and then we're going to dig into it. Not many people are really digging it, but as I mentioned at the top of the show, I've been a Spider-Man fan since I was 9, 10. So for me, this is less about Magic and far more about Spider-Man than anything. And considering I've only played about 4 games of Magic in my entire life, it's definitely not about Magic when I open these up. We've got Treasure, Forest, Skyward Spider, Superior Spider-Man for our rare, Hobgoblin, Mantled Marauder, Sandman's Quicksand. The set is to me as Final Fantasy to Kirk. Yeah, that's probably true. Sudden Strike, Stegron the Dinosaur Man, Venomized Cat. Who wouldn't love a cat like that? It's a face only a mother could love. Beetle, Legacy Criminal, Taxi Driver, Scout the City, Skyward Spider, Lurking Lizards, and City Pigeon. Alright, we have one more pack to pull the Soul Stone from the regular set. Let's see what happens. A Venomized Cat is up there for you. I thought it might be. It's almost like I know you. We've got Treasure with a giant fingerprint on it. Sinister Hideout, a foil land. There's Doc Ock hiding in the back. Merciless Enforcers. Craven the Hunter as the rare. We got Wisecrack. Spider-Bite Web Warden. Supportive Parents. Spider-Man No More. Spider-Gwen Free Spirit. Swarm, Being of Bees. Unstable Experiment. Spider-Rex, Daring Dino. What's he do? He's got reach. How does a T-Rex have reach? That doesn't make any sense. Ward, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 2. Yeah, that's why we don't tell them. Scorpion Sting, Gallant Citizen, and Mob Lookout. All right, that covers the play boosters, and we got some pretty decent cards in that. So we've got Craven the Hunter, Superior Spider-Man, Electro Assaulting Battery, Carnage Crimson Chaos, Peter Parker's Camera, Spider-Woman Stunning Savior, Black Cat Cunning Thief, Aranya Heart of the Spider, and a Web of Life and Destiny Mythic. And now we get to the fun stuff. She has drones that follow you around. We've got friends that work at the LGS. So we've got a few collector's boosters. I've been talking about buying stuff. I've been buying these like once every week or two, and just kind of stockpiling cards so that we have some stuff to open on the show. So it's not such a big hit. But we're gonna open a few collector boosters and see what we can get. Cross your fingers. Like I said, if we can pull the Spectacular Spider-Man borderless texture foil set, there's a few other borderless cards, or the foil Soulstone. Oh, Tanya, there we go. Bagel and Schmear foil. Looks more radioactive when it's like this. Daily Bugle Reporters. Doc Ock, Sinister Scientist. Taxi Driver. Do you suppose he has to pay for his fare if he's riding on the roof? Suburban Sanctuary. Spider-Man Noir. Oh, we haven't seen this one yet. Legendary Creatures. Spider-Human Hero. Web Warriors. SP piloted by Penny. I think that one's a decent card. Might be $8 or $10 or $12, something like that. Heroes Hangout. Island. There we go. That's what I was talking about with the foil treatment on these, with that landscape in the background and the foil web. They're just so nice. Lady Octopus Inspired Inventor is a rare. That's a pretty great card. Black Cat, Cunning Thief. So these ones, I believe, I want to flip it over so I don't see anything I shouldn't see. Oh no, those aren't the double-sided ones. Rare, Black Cat, Cunning Thief. Sensational Spider-Man is a rare. Leyline Binding, there we are, that's what we want. That's a pretty great looking card. I don't think it's high up there on the value, but it just looks super cool. That Black Cat is one of your favorite cards of the set. Let's go back to that then. Oh, that one. The old comic book style. Leyline Binding. Strength of Will. There's another rare. And a really cool Spider-Man India swinging around there. Amazing. All right. Let's put those ones aside and crack into Collector Booster number 2. Thanks for joining us today. It's always a little bit more entertaining when Brian is here, but having you around makes it more enjoyable for me. The ley line's about $12. Nice. Let me just not get beer all over the cards. Scorpion Sting. Target creature gets -3/-3 till the end of the turn. Thwip. Skyward Spider. Passenger Ferry. Suburban Sanctuary. So some of these we've seen in the regular packs as non-foil, and some of these now we're seeing as foil. Robotics Mastery. Sandman's Quicksand. That's really cool. The giant Sandman with all the Spider-Mans being trapped. Rhino, Barreling Brute. Spider Slayer, Hatred Honed. Again, I don't think I've seen that one yet. A Mountain Foil. Now let's get into the good stuff. Jackal, Genius Geneticist. Nice foil treatment on that one. Arachne, Psionic Weaver. Oh, another Black Cat, Cunning Thief. There we go. So, now, Tanya, you're getting your Black Cat twice. You're getting your Bagel and Schmear. I still need you to be asking to pull these Spectacular Spider-Mans and Soul Stones. So if you could send some of that, that would be great. Ooh, Reanimate. Is this a double side? It's not. Reanimate. There we go. Put target creature from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to that card's mana value. And a rare borderless Jackal, Genius Geneticist. And then a robot token. Alright, we have one more chance to pull some madness. And let's see what we can do. Soul Stones are very cool. Definitely the chase in this set. I can't get into this pack, so it must mean there's something really good in it. The Reanimate's about $40, is it really? Oh. That doesn't hurt my feelings. It's an early number, so I think it's actually not as valuable as the other. Let's see here. I guess stack them in the right order. There we go. Reanimate is number 20, 0020. It is a mythic, though. I'll give you a sec to come back with confirmation on that. Oh, it is 20. It is about 40. Hey. Amazing. Well, let's celebrate that with another drink of beer. All right. This is the last pack of the night, our third pack of collector's boosters. Thanks for joining in, everybody. And let's see what we can nab. Amazing Acrobatics. News Helicopter. Spider-Gwen Free Spirit. Swarm Being of Bees. And you're in the States, right? So that's 40 US. So if you use the exchange rate, that's about $7,000 Canadian. Is that about right? Unstable Experiment. Prison Break. Hey, that's a new card we haven't seen yet. With Rhino. Prowler. Clawed Thief. I just pulled a Black Lotus. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Alien Symbiosis. Green Goblin Revenant. Ooh, that's a really nice bright card. There's our forest. That's our first forest web land of the day. Now we get into the good stuff. Rare Morlin Devourer of Spiders. Lifelink. Morlin enters with X +1/+1 counters on him. When Morlin enters, he deals X damage to target opponent. And that's a 2/1. Ooh, the Origin of Spider-Man. That's a rare, number 218. So we pulled the regular foil. Now we have a full art Morlin Devourer of Spiders. Relentless Assault, one of those full art mythics, number 25. Oh, and number 218, Origin of Spider-Man, full art comic foil. That's a fun card. I love the comic book style. It's just, I mean, it's classic, but I like that they bring it into the cards and they don't just do Magic themed cards. And then the last should be a token. All in all, not too bad, especially if we pulled a couple of $20 and $40 cards. Nothing wrong with that. Like Brian and I were talking about last week, we're not... it's nice to pull the valuable cards, but if we're in it just to do that, we're kind of in it for the wrong reason. But Brian and I started the show 102 episodes ago just to open stuff for fun. We've been friends since we were 4 or 5. So an excuse to get together once a week is just a lot of fun. Let's jump back over there. Awesome. Oh, what do we got? It's a fun IP. Well, and that's exactly it, right? Even if the Magic gameplay isn't what everybody wants. And admittedly, even as somebody who doesn't play a bunch of Magic, the Universes Beyond sometimes gets a little bit wonky. And does move away from the original Magic the Gathering gameplay, which the hardcore fans really dislike. But I think what it does is guys like me who like Spider-Man or Ninja Turtles, it's going to kind of pull us into the Magic world. And if I've never really been into Magic, that might be my kind of entry point. And I think you're going to find that with a lot of the Universes Beyond. Whether it's the Lord of the Rings or what other sets do they have out now? Well, they've got a PlayStation set for a Secret Lair drop. On that note, I tried yesterday so hard to get the Office Secret Rare drop, the Iron Maiden one, and there was also one that was Spider-Man magazine covers. But the Secret Lair system is just so bonkers. Warhammer. Jeff, you're still here. Hello. Is there a Warhammer Magic set? When did that come out? Oh yeah, there is a Furby set. There's a lot of Furby stuff right now in the Secret Lair and all the other drops that they're doing. I didn't realize that Furbies had made a resurgence, which either makes me really old or Furbies just aren't that cool. I'm not really sure. SpongeBob, yeah, it's like there's a lot of really off-the-wall stuff. Like I mentioned the Iron Maiden stuff. It doesn't really... Oh, it had Precon decks. Okay. Iron Maiden isn't a Magic thing, but I guess people who like Magic want to add that kind of stuff to their deck or just collect it. Certainly I'd like to get better at building decks and watch a few videos and go to a couple of LGS events to learn that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, Brian and I just love opening stuff. And if you've been watching our show for the past 102 episodes, you'll know that we open stuff that is current, like some of the new Pokemon stuff and Magic stuff, but we also open games that have died a long time ago, or new Kickstarter games like Nom Nomverse, which we're going to open up soon. What else? We've opened a whole bunch of fun stuff, including some Warhammer TCG stuff as well. If we're doing Secret Layers, then I think so. Would totally get into My Little Pony. Yeah. As a Ninja Turtle fan, I'm going to send you something on Discord later. Yeah, please do. I'd love to see what that is. Commander decks, My Little Pony. See, and that's the thing, is they're just fun to collect. Apparently, actual My Little Pony TCG is horrendously overcomplicated for a kid's game. We opened up Splatterkins a while ago, and we were lucky enough, the company who makes the game, who produces the cards, and the artist who created the game sent us a booster box to open up. And man, was it fun. Like, it was totally geared for kids, as far as being simple to understand, and the mechanics and everything are really kind of core. But Brian and I went into it thinking we're going to open up some kind of kids game. But it was actually one of the more entertaining episodes that we've done. And we enjoyed it so much that in chatting with the owners, they actually made a signature card for us as a short print of, I think, 12 cards. Give me a sec, I'll grab one. So go check out Splatterkins. And we actually just opened some Universus Ninja Turtle cards, and we've got another small stack to open again. Didn't know they made a TCG. I'll stick to the Magic ones. Yes, AC Faust, exactly who it was. They ended up making a beefcake card for us. Ooh, there we go. With our Imperial Pulls logo right there. So they sent us a limited run of foil, and we just thought that was super kind of them to support us that way. Oh, cardboard, yeah. We opened some a few weeks ago, and then because we had gone to the States and saw some at a Target and bought the 8 packs they had, or 6 packs they had, and then didn't realize it was a current game and bought some more here in Canada to open on the stream, probably in a few weeks, and we'll see what we can get. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining tonight. It's a pleasure having you all in the chat and having some conversation, some interaction, and just kind of joining us around. If you want to reach out to us ever, dude, a must-play card game, one of the best TCGs out there. You're talking about the Universus? Once we open the other packs, we might have to dig into that a little more. If you ever want to get a hold of us, Brian or myself, you can email hello@imperialpulls.com. We'll get any of the emails, whether it's for sponsorship or you want to send us some cards to open on the show in exchange for plugging, your own channels or anything like that. On that note, I can't forget, it's not a sponsorship, but I want to thank Jackson Queen, our LGS in Elmvale, Ontario, for having these cards. And so we have access to buy some great cards at a great LGS. We stopped there on the weekend, and we probably chatted for 45 minutes about the mechanics of the game versus the standard or commander sets or commander play. And it was just great to kind of get an informed conversation from somebody who is very passionate. And it was just a good time. So support your LGSs so that they will be there as the next 40 years of sets come out, and you can go and support them there. But you can reach us at hello@imperialpulls.com. If you go to imperialpulls.com, the website, it'll actually bring you right to our YouTube channel, and you can see what we've been up to and whatnot there. You can also find us on TikTok Facebook, Discord, and Blue Sky. Instagram as well, and they are all at Imperial Polls. We post pictures of what we're doing. Sometimes if we do a kitchen table poll and we're just opening stuff for fun, and we're not filming it, we'll take a picture of some of the good polls that we've got and post them on our socials there. So if you hit us at Imperial Polls, we will catch your stuff there. So with that note, I'm going to finish up the rest of this 2.5% beer. I'll thank you all for coming, and remember to subscribe. Click the like button if you enjoyed the video. Click the dinger if you want to be notified when we go live. And hopefully next week we will open up some stuff, and I'll have Brian alongside for some comedic relief. Thanks, everybody.